Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with my entire Don Coscarelli collection. I'm sure when most people hear the name Don Coscarelli, the first thing they think about is Phantasm. Sure, he wrote and directed the Phantasm films, all of them, with the exception of Ravager, which he wrote but didn't direct. But truth be told, he's the man responsible behind so much more. In fact, he's one of my all-time favorite directors. Because of this, I decided to post a video chronicling my entire Don Coscarelli collection. And to keep it simple, I will only be showing movies that he actually directed. But before I do, can we just briefly talk about his name? Coscarelli? Coscarelli? How cool is that? So here it is, my entire Don Coscarelli collection in chronological order. First up is Don Coscarelli's first feature film, Jim the World's Greatest. It's also known as Story of a Teenager. I have two copies here, as you can see, one with the Jim the World's Greatest title and one with the Story of a Teenager title. I created both of these DVDs myself because there has never been an official DVD, Blu-ray, or even VHS release of this film. Next up is my favorite of all Don's films, and yes, that includes Phantasm, Kenny and Company. As you can see here, I have two copies of the Anchor Bay DVD, which is long out of print, very rare now, very expensive. I was fortunate enough to find a spare copy, and I put it in this orange case here because I just love this movie. This is one of those films I wish I could introduce to everybody who hasn't seen it because I just feel like it's that good. It's in my top 5 all-time favorite movies. I watch it every year around Halloween time, and it's just simple. I mean, it just makes you feel good. It reminds you of being a kid. It's pretty much the week in a life of a boy named Kenny in the days leading up to Halloween, and just the fun he has with his friends. It's about school, it's about bullies, it's about sports, it's about Halloween, it's about growing up. It's an incredible, incredible film. Next is undoubtedly the most popular of all Don Coscarelli's films, Phantasm. Have the VHS tape here of the original film, as you can see. Also have the first DVD release from MGM. We have the Anchor Bay release with the slipcover. And then another copy of the Anchor Bay DVD without the slipcover. You also have this Blu-ray DVD combo pack. As you can see, I need to add a little glue here because the slipcover came unglued, but other than that, it's in perfect condition. In fact, it's not even open yet. I still have the seal on the actual case. Then I also have the Monster Vision episode of Phantasm, and this disc also contains the Monster Vision episode of Phantasm 2. Up next in the release order is The Beastmaster. This here is the first of 2 Anchor Bay DVD releases of this film. And we have the second Anchor Bay release. This is the special DiviMax edition of The Beastmaster. And I also have this copy of The Beastmaster here in this 6-movie pack. And then I have the Monster Vision episode of The Beastmaster, which also has the Monster Vision episode of Beastmaster 2. Don Coscarelli didn't actually direct Beastmaster 2, but it's included here anyway. After that, we move on to Phantasm 2. I remember for the longest time, this was the only Phantasm sequel not on DVD, and then Universal released this bare bones disc here. But I was very excited at the time because, as I said, it was no DVD release prior to this. Universal also released it in this 4-movie marathon pack, as you can see right there. And then finally, Scream Factory released a collector's edition on DVD and on Blu-ray. Now, it's also really cool. If you guys watched my videos years ago when I first got this, you'll know that I actually got a second copy as well because, well, I should actually say the first copy I bought, I found odd because this was actually a combo pack. It has a Blu-ray in here and a DVD, and it wasn't supposed to. So it was kind of a weird thing. As you can see, the Blu-ray disc is right there, the DVD disc is right there, but this was never meant to be a combo pack, so I don't really know why that happened. As you can see here, this is how the collector's edition should be with just the one Blu-ray disc. So, I don't know. Just an obscure oddity, I guess. And speaking of oddities, next up is Survival Quest. This is a movie that nobody ever talks about. Recently, my buddy Jason from Horrific Nightmares mentioned this film to me, and prior to that, I can't recall the last time I ever heard anybody even discuss this film. This is an Anchor Bay DVD release. It's also long out of print, very rare now, and quite pricey. From there, we move on to Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. This here, of course, is the VHS edition. And then I also have the Anchor Bay DVD edition. This too is out of print. Then we have Phantasm Oblivion, which is Phantasm 4. This is the original MGM DVD release. And I also have the Anchor Bay DVD release. I also have this Phantasm, the Tetralogy 1 through 4 set. This, I believe, is an Australian DVD set. It's Region 2 and Region 4. Inside we have Phantasm 1, Phantasm 2, Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead, and Phantasm 4, Oblivion. I actually got this from my buddy Andrew Ballina years ago in a trade. Pretty cool to have it in the collection. You know, I obviously don't see this around. Being in the US, this is the only time I've ever seen this set, and I'm really glad to have it. So, thanks again, Andrew. You know, years later, just wanted to once again express my appreciation for this. I also have this Phantasm, the Quadrilogy box from XT Video. This was a very limited release. I'm not going to open it now because I'll probably do a complete unboxing of this in an Obscure Oddities video. But as you can see, this was limited to 2,000. This is number 1,333. Very cool set. Again, I'm not going to go into detail with this one because I definitely will do that in a future video. There's also this Phantasm Sphere set from the UK. It includes the first 4 films and a bonus disc of special features. This was released long before Phantasm Ravager was even a thought, so that's why that movie's not included here. I will probably feature this in another Obscure Oddities video in the future. And while the Sphere set doesn't include Ravager, this set here does. This is the complete Phantasm collection on Blu-ray from Wellgo USA. This is an amazing set. This went out of print very quickly. It was very limited. And as you can see, I still have it sealed. I just haven't had a chance to dive into this one yet, but I can't wait to do that. Even though it does include Ravager, as I said, keep in mind that Don Coscarelli didn't actually direct that film. He did write it though, but since it's included, hey, thought I'd mention it. And as an added bonus, here's the solo Blu-ray release of Phantasm Ravager. As I said, Don didn't direct this one, but it's part of the Phantasm franchise, so I sort of feel like it belongs in this video. Next up is Bubba Ho-Tep, starring the great Bruce Campbell. This movie is so awesome and so much fun. I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. This is the Collector's Edition DVD release from MGM. And I also have the Limited Edition DVD release from MGM that comes in this Elvis jacket. Scream Factory released this movie on Blu-ray, but I have yet to pick that one up, but it's definitely on my wish list. And now we have the Don Coscarelli directed episode of Masters of Horror. This is Incident on and Off a Mountain Road. This was actually the very first episode in the series, and one of the best in my opinion. I love this one. You know, it's an hour long. It's supposed to be pretty much a TV episode, but at the same time, It's almost like a feature-length movie. I really enjoyed it. I also have this Season 1 Masters of Horror Mausoleum box set, which also includes Incident on and Off a Mountain Road. And finally, the last movie that Don Coscarelli has directed up until now, John Dies at the End, on DVD and on Blu-ray. So there you have it, guys, my complete Don Coscarelli collection. Comment below, let me know which of his films is your favorite. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.